consciousness manifested this universe. Controversial. Awareness and consciousness came first, then the universe was created. Mind before matter. Manifestation. So once you understand that you are a fractal of God, and God created all this, well then why can't you create the life that you want, the life you desire? From a higher consciousness, not lust, greed, control, and power, but from love, gratitude, generosity, and compassion. See where I bring you guys? I know my videos don't involve much production or editing, but hey, I drive all the way out here, which takes time, energy, and intention to make these videos. So for anyone watching, I appreciate it. Unfortunately, none of this is scripted. I have an idea, but I basically just fucking spitball anything coming at you. No script whatsoever. This is all off the top of my head. Every single video I've made. You are God. We are all God. And let me explain, because that's quite controversial. Because you can look out into the world and see these governments and institutions and politicians and extremely powerful people doing things that might be considered playing God. And that is not what I'm talking about. That is the exact fucking opposite end of the spectrum. That is a God complex. These people live purely from their ego. They live purely unconsciously. They live from the lower states within their mind, the lower realm. They feed their lust, their greed, their power, and their control. And it's an endless cycle of feeding these parasites within them that they will never be able to satisfy. That is a completely egoic, material world way of living. Completely. So that's the far opposite end of the spectrum of what I'm talking about. God is in everything. God is the universe. God is consciousness. Strip away your name, strip away your fears, strip away everything you believe, strip away everything you own materially, all the way down to just your awareness. That awareness is God. Behind all the bullshit here in this material world, which, hey, a lot of it's necessary. Not all bullshit, but obviously we need to live in this material world. But what's behind all that is just pure awareness, pure consciousness. That is God. That is a fractal of God. My dog right here that you can't see is a fractal of God. These trees right here are a fractal of God. All of which have a varying levels of consciousness and abilities of awareness. Humans were gifted with this brain that we have that allows us to contemplate our own awareness, our own consciousness, our own existence. Who are we? What are we? But everything in the universe has some level of consciousness. Quantum mechanics is literally right there explaining all this. Most mainstream science doesn't want to admit to it because that changes fucking everything in the matrix, but literally quantum mechanics is explaining what consciousness is, at least identifying consciousness, and that we're all connected, we're all one, in that idea that we're all a fractal of this greater collective consciousness that I would call God. And that consciousness is benevolent, it's good, it's loving, it's peaceful. That's baseline. But God did create everything here. All the good, all the bad. If there wasn't bad in the world, how would we learn from that? How would we know the opposite of that? If we weren't challenged in life, how would we grow at all? Everything in the universe has polarity. It's a spectrum. Everything requires an equal and opposite. So a lot of people ask, why would a God do this to me or do that? Whatever the situation may be, but hey, that's how you learn. That's how society learns. That's how humanity learns. That's how your soul learns. That's how we grow and expand. And yeah, it's some very tragic shit. But that's how we expand and grow and learn. And obviously we're getting to a point in the world where the collective consciousness is starting to expand much higher. And quite frankly, the way I see it, if God is consciousness, this is how consciousness learns everything that it could be possible across all time and space through eternity, is by making billions of planets just like Earth. Or maybe this is the only one, who knows, but at least billions of people. And then you have trillions of trees. And then you have trillions of other life forms, all of which living their own extremely unique life and circumstances, all of which are learning their own lessons from and growing from over time. That is how this, in my opinion, my view, how this universe was created and all the life in it and all the stellar objects in it, everything else going on in the universe. How do you learn what is possible without creating an infinite universe with all sorts of galaxies and infinite stars and black holes and fucking supernova popping off and you name it. You name it. We are all part of that consciousness. And that consciousness is very powerful. It's the most powerful thing in the universe. It is the universe. And that's where creating the life you desire comes in. Becoming the version of yourself that you desire. Becoming your true self. Becoming the greatest possible version of yourself that can do whatever you put your mind to. Consciousness manifested this universe. Controversial. Awareness and consciousness came first, then the universe was created. Mind before matter. manifestation. So once you understand that you are a fractal of God and God created all this, well, then why can't you create the life that you want, the life you desire? From a higher consciousness, not lust, greed, control, and power, but from love, gratitude, generosity, and compassion. And yeah, that means being rich as fuck if you want, doing good things with it. It means whatever you want it to mean. If it's from your true self, if it's from your consciousness, if it's from God and aligned with that, then inherently it will be good, no doubt. So kind of wanted to keep this a shorter video, but we are all part of this greater collective universe. We are all a fractal of that infinite energy. We all have the capability to create the life that we desire, to create the identity of ourselves that we've always wanted. Look out in the world, a shitload of people have done it through the ways that I'm talking about, not through the lower realms of lust, greed, and power, but through love and compassion and sharing and selflessness and all that good, benevolent stuff. So how do you change the world? You change your fucking self first. And that has a ripple effect. If you become your true self, imagine the people around you, what they're going to become. You become the greatest version of yourself, that undoubtedly has a rippling effect outwardly into the world around you. So, that's all I got. Love you guys. Thank you.